So there was a weapon balancing update about a couple days ago, which only nerfed the MTZ Interceptor. To be honest, the MTZ is still really good. But January 17th, Season 1 Reloaded comes out, and that's where they're going to have a huge weapon balancing update pass. But I thought I wanted to show you guys the top 5 meta loadouts that have been giving me massive amounts of kills and massive amounts of wins. Top 5 absolute meta classes that you need to use right now. So drop a like and let me know if you guys think I'm missing anything, but I don't think I am. All right, you guys saw this video where I dropped a really cool solo gameplay. People were calling me hackers. I cannot believe it. Anyways, the fact that people are calling me hackers using this gun, wait, look, you might have to use this gun. Okay, so the Longbow. Since the MTZ got a minor nerf, the Longbow is a good replacement for that. Now, let me tell you why. The way that you use the Longbow almost feels like you're using the MTZ Interceptor, and statistically, it kills faster than that. It has the headshot bonuses way higher than the MTZ. So let me show you guys how to build this. So you're going to use the TheKoreanSavage 2.5x. It is the cleanest option to use for the Longbow. Go onto the barrel and add on the Pro 99 long barrel. This is going to increase the bullet velocity, the minimum damage ranges by 34% and 17.9%. Easily the best barrel to use for this specific gun. Go onto the muzzle and add on the sonic suppressor. This is going to increase your bullet velocity by another 12.9% while increasing your damage ranges by 5% as well. You only want to use this specific barrel if the gun has a lot of recoil, like let's say an LMG or an SMG or an assault rifle. But since this is a single fire type of weapon, use the sonic suppressor because the recoil doesn't even matter too much in this specific scenario. Go onto the ammunition type and add on the high grain rounds. Obviously, this is going to increase the minimum and effective damage ranges by 15%, adding 15% to the bullet velocity. So as you guys can see, we're stacking the range values, and you guys can see the headshot damage is 150. Okay, let me finish building this, and we're going to compare this to the MTZ Interceptor. Go to the bolt and add on the SAM Quick Bolt. This is going to increase your rate of fire by 11% and the rechamber time by 35%. This is the exact build for the Longbow. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It almost feels like the fire rate is a little bit faster than MTZ Interceptor, and plus you get the headshot bonuses. Look at this. To be honest, if you're not using the Longbow or at least trying to master this gun, you're missing out. I'm telling you, you want to use this. It's going to be a really good replacement for the MTZ Interceptor. Just for example, this is the MTZ Interceptor. You guys go to the statistics here. The headshot damage is 127, so the Longbow has 150, so the values are a lot higher for the Longbow. Even the upper torso damage is at 112. The MTZ upper torso damage at 85, so just trust me, try to master the Longbow. That is the #1 class setup for that gun. Another gun that people are underlooking is the DM56. It's another marksman rifle, but I've been saying this since day one. This thing is an absolute machine. Show you guys how to build this. So obviously you're going to use the TheKoreanSavage 2.5x. Bear with me, a lot of these attachments are going to be very similar. There's going to be a certain pattern. So you go to the barrel, look for the barrel that has the most effective damage range bonuses and the bullet velocity. That's what you need for a marksman rifle. So use the Prime Lord Heavy barrel. It's going to increase your bullet velocity by 30% and increase your effective damage ranges by 25%. And then this one, you're going to stack it with the Spirit Fire Suppressor. This is because you do want a little bit recoil control after every single shot. And plus the bullet velocity compared to the Spirit Fire on this one is very minuscule. So for this, I noticed that adding the Spirit Fire Suppressor does increase the recoil control by a small amount, but a noticeable amount. So put that on. Go on to the ammunition type and add on the high grain rounds. Go and increase your bullet velocity and your effective damage ranges by 15%. Go on to the magazine and add on a 40 or a 30. I prefer the 30 because I play solos, but if you guys play duos or trios or quads, maybe add on the 40 round magazine. Mind you, there is a setting for those who don't feel like clicking R1 all the time. If you guys go to the gameplay and go all the way down to manual fire behavior, if you click on hold, you can actually just hold R1. This is my #1 DM56 class setup for Warzone. I'm going to show you guys an absolute hit scan TAQ ERADICATOR class setup for you guys. This is absolute hit scan. It is absolutely atrocious and broken. I'm going to show you guys how to build this right now. Go onto the barrel and add on the Conquer 70 long barrel. It's going to increase your bullet velocity by 30% and your minimum and effective damage ranges by 25%. This is a good value for all assault rifles, LMGs, and marksman rifles. Trust me. Add on the Spirit Fire Suppressor. Go into the underbarrel and add on the Bruin Heavy Support Grip. This is my #1 underbarrel for LMGs, assault rifles. Some people do like to use the DR6 hand stop to increase your mobility, but I personally like to use this DR6 for SMGs, this one here for LMGs and assault rifles. So definitely put that on. You don't need an ammunition type for this. I've tested a lot, and trust me, you just don't need one. What you do need is attachments that increase your recoil. So if you guys just go through this right here, you're gonna see that the TAQ Vert core stock is going to increase your gun control by 23% and your recoil, vertical, horizontal, by 11 and 12%. So put this on, and then you're gonna stack it with the FSS Combat Grip, adding another 10% to the recoil reduction gun control. So put that on, and you're gonna see right here, you're gonna have a really no recoil gun. It's almost gonna feel like hit scan. Like in the game, it just feels like when you're shooting people in the air, it's gonna feel like it's just connecting, and it just feels, this is one of those weapons, it just feels really nice when you use it. I think people will make an argument that the Bruin MK9 is really good. Honestly, I think it's really good. I made a video on this, so you guys can search on my channel about maybe a week ago. I made a video on the Bruin MK9. I think it's a great gun. But personally, it's either gonna be the TAQ Eradicator. If I was going to rank it, I would rank this, the TAQ Eradicator, #1 LMG, and then this one if you want to use a sight. The TAQ Eradicator, you don't need to use an optic. You don't. I feel like you just don't need to. But the Pulemyot, you definitely do. And that's the offset you have. If you're more of an iron sight TAQ Eradicator kind of guy, use this gun. If you're more of an optic Koryo 2.5x, use the Pulemyot. It's a trade-off. Let me show you guys how to build this #1 class setup. So the optic, you want to use the Koryo Eagle's Eye 2.5x. Is honestly the only optic you want to use for LMGs and long-range distant kill. Definitely go to the conversion kit. This is the first thing you need to do for the gun after the optic, obviously. You want to add on the Jack Annihilator bullpit kit. 1300% increase to the minimum damage range. It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you guys can see right here, the mobility has a substantial increase to all of the values. So definitely put this on right here. You're going to only put on the only barrel that they allow you to put on, and that is the Jack Annihilator long barrel. It's going to increase your effective damage ranges by 34%. So put that on. Go to the muzzle, add on the Spirit Fire Suppressor to increase your recoil control, your bullet velocity, your damage range. And then go to the underbarrel and add on the Bruin Heavy Support Grip. This is going to be the best underbarrel, in my opinion, for this specific gun. And then you're going to see this thing has absolutely no recoil. Comparing it to the TAQ Eradicator, if you're more of an LMG kind of guy that wants to use an optic, well, this is the gun that you want to use. If you don't want to use an optic, like I mentioned, use the TAQ Eradicator. That's the best class for both of those guns right there. And then finally, honestly, this is my #1 class, because this is the gun that I main. This is the gun that I say, oh, this gun is completely broken in my titles, but then 90% of the kills come with the WSP-9. My bad. That's just what happens at the end of the day. But I'm going to show you guys how to build a nasty raw class setup for the WSP-9. #1 SMG in the damn game, 100% guaranteed. Let me show you guys how to build the class. Going to the optic, I personally like using the Mark III reflector optic for the SMG, just because I just want to keep it very clean, very minuscule. Slate reflector is cool, all that, but I like this optic the best. Going to the barrel and add on the WSP Reckless 90 long barrel. It's going to increase your effective damage range by 12% and your bullet velocity by 6%, while only decreasing your sprint to fire speed. All these other barrels are going to have a lot of negative effects. I just don't mess with that vibe. Go on to the muzzle and add on the Bruin Cubic Comp. This is going to substantially reduce your recoil by a lot. So this is my favorite muzzle for all SMGs, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Go into the magazine and add on a 50 round magazine. And then finally go onto the stock and add on the WSP Classic Factory Stock. This is going to increase your recoil and gun control by a good amount. And this is the class that you have the #1 SMG in the game. Almost low-key, I mean, you could treat this thing like an assault rifle, to be perfectly honest with you, but this is my #1 class setup. This is the gun that I could probably drop 30 kills, well, not 30, maybe 20 kills consistently on every single match, on a Resurgence at least. All right, but those are my top 5 meta loadouts. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I'll be back tomorrow with another gameplay. I thought today, I just came back from a trip, so this is my top 5 meta loadouts. So just to go over that one more time, it is the WSP-9, the TAQ Eradicator, the Pulemyot, the Longbow, and the DM56. Those are my top 5 guns in the game right now. Let me know if I missed anything. I know I didn't cover any assault rifles, but I just feel like the game right now is just completely dominated by marksman rifles, SMGs, and just pretty much that. And so 3 days ago, I made a video on the AK-74U. Go check that out. 4 days ago, I made a video on a shotgun class that I thought is really, really nice as well. And go to my channel. You're gonna see a bunch of class setups for you guys. But these are my top 5 meta ones until the Season 1 Reloaded update. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you guys do drop a like on the video if you guys haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one.